Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome to My Tais at Sunset. I'm Tai.
I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday.
It's Pau Hana time, and we definitely need to make a toast to making it through another work week. So grab your drink.
Cheers.
But just, cheers yourself and cheers to your friends and family who've made it through yet another week of interesting news, interesting things that are happening. Interesting as far as why is COVID coming back? Stop it. Go away. We don't want you anymore.
Yeah. Let's let that all be behind us. I set the intention that we are going to have a really fun show and we're going to share a lot of positivity.
Perfect. Let's take a break. Take a deep breath. And also I want to address, let's just all be nice to Hawaii. I mean, that has been like the national headlines is that Hawaiian people, residents of Hawaii want tourists to stop coming because they're being rude and vicious. And there's still some businesses and some locations that require masks. You got to wear it. Stop being a butthead. Hawaiian people are very nice. The residents are very welcoming. They appreciate your tourism and your business and your patronage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But respect. And I was very sad to read that in the news. I thought about you and your family, thought about friends and all the businesses that I love there. And I just wanted to kind of say that. Like, I'm not trying to start a mess. Just say, like, let's just be kind. The islands are welcoming you back with open arms. Just be gentle. I mean, there are still kapuna that are very high risk for
and the keiki
COVID and the keiki. I mean, just give it a break, People are lucky to travel again. But at this rate, if we don't respect other people, other lives, and things like that, we're going to end up going back into a lockdown. I mean, not everywhere.
Yeah.
But you never know, right? Like, even people who have the vaccine, especially in Texas, I'm not sure about the statistics, and I'm not going to quote them, but in Texas, I mean, there are a lot of people with Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines that are getting COVID and being hospitalized. What's interesting is to watch as COVID comes back, more crime comes back. And Houston is noticing that trend. So it's very, very, interesting how some things are correlated, supply shortages. I wanted to tell you that recently I discovered, so I talked to a contractor a couple days ago. He said refrigerators, air conditionings, washers and dryers, microwaves, cars, of course, all the construction supplies. And he said it's like a 6 to 12 week delay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to install brand new air conditioning in my house, and it's a 6-week delay. Everything is just becoming more expensive. I think gas went from $2.30 something to now it's like $2.86. And I was like, wow, it's
over
pretty...
$4 in some parts of Hawaii, some parts of our state.
Yeah, because adjusted for the cost of living and importation and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on in a small amount of time. Like week by week that goes by, there's so much drama in the news. And I'm like, what is happening? I've been working a lot. I'm pretty isolated from the news. Like I go to work and I come home and go to sleep. Like I don't really want to watch the news because it drains me.
I don't think I can't do it. I can't watch the news anymore. I read the headlines when I'm able to, when I'm in a calm enough state of mind to take that kind of information in. Right now it's hurricane season and we've got hurricane. Well, I don't know if she's just a storm. She's charted to go below the island. So we should be in the clear of that. But because it's summer and it is hurricane season, I just wanted to remind people to start getting ready, start getting your supplies ready. Don't hoard rushing out. Paper.
Don't hoard toilet
buying
paper.
At the last minute. Yeah.
No.
It's storm season.
Start early.
Get yourself prepared. You don't have to buy everything all at once, and then make a space, start making space for those things that you're going to need.
Right.
For you and your family. And your pets, if you have pets.
Well, for us, it's also like hurricane season. But of course, it's been raining for 4 months straight here. I think today was the one day there was like no showers in the vicinity of like where I was today. But in some parts of Houston and the surrounding areas, there was rain. But the ground is so saturated that I literally will step on it and I create mud.
Oh, yuck.
Oh, and mud that is made of clay, it smells like constant manure. So wherever I go, I smell like manure when I have my shoes on.
But you don't wear your shoes inside.
No, I don't. No, absolutely not. And I abhor the idea of anybody wearing their shoes inside their house. Like it just makes my skin crawl. But no, when I go out to like, like the store or I'm just popping into like a Starbucks or something, people are looking me up and down, covered in dirt. Today I had to like shimmy underneath the house, surrounded by fire ants. I had my niece like knocking fire ants away from me as I was fixing something under the house. So she was taking like a piece of paper and like shooing fire ants away from me. And then there were spiders and frogs and all kinds of creepy crawlies everywhere. I want to say, though, a milestone occurred today. Churro let me feed him by hand.
Wow.
It was the sweetest thing. And I think he's finally like in love with me because he calls me every time I'm out there, staring at me with his little beady eyes.
It's so cute. I love him. Small. Your pictures of him. He looks like is he a full size donkey or is he like a miniature donkey or half?
I don't have a lot of experience with farm animals, so I could not tell you. But he's about as tall as I am, and
his head, the top of his head,
the top of his ears. Yeah.
Okay.
And I like it that way. He might be smaller than most normal donkeys. I mean, because there's like 3 versions of them, right? There's a mule, there's a donkey, and then there's one other I don't remember. But anyway, he might be on the smaller side.
I know, he's adorable. I just found this image of miniature cows. Did you know that there are miniature cows? Yeah. There's miniature farm animals, all kinds of miniature farm animals. Like
we're gonna get a ton.
Regular animals, but you can have them smaller sizes.
So I have a special treat. I think tomorrow my brother is going to lift me up in the tractor to cut a tree. And I'm definitely going to be recording that because I think it's going to be funny.
Okay.
Like he goes, you're going to sit in the scoop part of the tractor. And he's like, I'm going to lift you up and you're going to take this tree saw and just saw off the branches. And I'm like, okay. So I just want to let you know that that video will be coming your way. And hopefully I don't fall out or die.
Well, also
or become
make sure that none of the branches fall towards your vehicle, towards your tractor or you.
Or my house.
Yeah. So you got to tie it, right? You tie it with ropes and you have somebody pulling it to guide it as you cut slowly, and then they pull it in the direction that you want it to come down.
Well, it's just going to be an adventure. And actually, I got scolded today because my brother was like, I wanted somebody to build something on the land. And he was like, no, we're going to do it ourselves because this was the whole point of having the land. And I'm going, if somebody can do that while we're doing something else, it would be worth it to me. Nope. Defiant. He was like, I bought all this farm equipment. We're going to do it. I'm like, okay. Thank goodness I upped my life insurance because he wants have like death by farm equipment or whatever.
One day your little nieces will say, my daddy built all of this.
With their aunt. Because apparently my brother was like, oh yeah, we're going to build some a ramp and some stairs. Why am I hauling everything out there? Why, I was like, no, I'm going to build and you're going to supervise. My brother's going to supervise. So that's how I felt. But there's a lot of exciting things happening.
Those are really great skills to learn. And I have to refinish. I have to actually rebuild like this shelving. It was like a built-in bar in my downstairs dining room. I'm going to rip that thing out. And I've been looking for materials. So we have them here in Hawaii, but the prices, you're right, they've gone up.
I bet they're ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'm kind of
We should do a comparison. Okay. Like next time you're like at Home Depot. I don't know if they have Home Depot or just Lowe's there.
We have both. We have Home Depot, Lowe's,
Okay.
and we have
Yeah,
Harder at Hawaii, and we have some other smaller building supply companies.
Okay. Take a picture of like a regular 2x4 or a sheet of plywood.
Okay.
And I'll take a picture of it and we'll see. Lumber prices are actually falling a little bit here. So maybe it'll like cascade down to Hawaii because like Hawaii is probably the last place to change
It's
their prices.
Well, they're going to have to sell what was shipped in at the extra
Premium.
price range, right? Because having to get a hold of
Is there a lot
the
of
material.
construction going on in Hawaii right now? I didn't think there would be. I think there would be a pause on it, but
Oh no,
have you seen any?
construction is full steam ahead.
Really?
All over the
Except
island.
they can't get materials in.
Well, they're doing other parts of there is a lot to do with construction. They can dig trenches, they can do plumbing, they can do all kinds of other things. You know?
Yeah.
They'll get the materials in somehow. Especially, like, I see the most construction happening in the higher end neighborhoods. Like Obama's new place. He's yeah, that's fully equipped.
I don't know if you remember
huge, big construction
Jenny. I don't know if you remember Jenny, but her parents retiled over like the pandemic. It took them a year.
Yeah,
like these tiny itty bitty mermaid tiles into their massive pool, and they redid the whole thing by hand. And I was just so impressed. But they had so much time on their hands.
Yeah.
So they did little baby tiles, like maybe an inch by inch.
Wow. You know, they sell those things with like a netting in the back, and you just put them on in sheets and like
they didn't
big
do that.
sections.
They did it by hand, and it took them a year.
Did they make a design or something?
No, I don't even think they made a design, but it was pretty.
Yeah.
I was like, this is some impressive work, but they didn't want to wait for anybody to do their pool. Actually, she told me that their pool was drained for quite a while during their childhood because her brother would use it as a skateboard.
Oh, so it was probably all cracked and stuff, all the plaster. Right. So they had to redo it.
They redid the whole thing. It's impressive. They're like retired and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, good for you guys. Like, seriously, that's commitment.
It has been raining here, so it hasn't actually been even warm enough to go in the pool.
Oh, no. That's such a tragedy, Mai. I don't even feel for you right now.
It's okay. I need to stay in my house and clean. It's fine.
I know you have like some fun things coming up, right?
I know. We have a friend coming. I'm kind of excited about that.
I thought about having like a Mai and Tai day that would include like breakfast, at a coffee shop with the bagel. So where was that? It was Morning Brew.
Morning Brew.
So go to Morning Brew, right? Have your breakfast. Like the spinach and Havarti eggs with some toast. That was my favorite. Then drive on down to Waikiki. Walk up and down. Enjoy the shops. Have lunch at Moana Surfrider with a little Mai Tai, pineapple or lilikoi Mai Tai. And then do a little bit more walking. Maybe go to Ala Moana. Take the pink trolley to Ala Moana.
Okay.
Actually, what you should do, Morning Brew in Kailua, down to Ala Moana, park in a really good spot that doesn't say 1 hour parking, so make sure you pay attention to the pillars. Take the pink trolley down to Waikiki, walk a little bit, have a drink and some snacks, truffle fries, garlic fries at Moana Surfrider. Then, once you're like tired of it, come back on the windward side, have a Teddy's burger like we used to. Walk around a little bit.
That's a lot in one day. I think I would go and get shaved ice at the end of the day from Kailua General Store.
If they still have it. I actually don't know if Steve is still serving up the lilikoi shave ice.
Well, then I'll go to Island Snow. Right? Island Snow's also very good. And I don't have to drive to North Shore.
Yeah, you can walk.
Yeah. Matsumoto shave ice. I just went. It is so commercial. And I mean, because they're on the map, right? Everybody needs to go there. But I thought that the best one was their competing neighbor who made shave ice. I thought they were better.
Oh, wow. Why do you think that is?
Because, well, one, nobody was going to the neighbor as much, so the line was a lot shorter. And you don't feel like you're rushed because there's like 100 people behind you. You know, at Matsumoto's, they have like, it's like Disneyland style kind of wrap around line. Yeah. And then they've got like stuff for you to buy and tempt you the whole way. As you're going
those
in
little
line.
those little snow cone keychains are so cute though. Like I love mine. And then I have a magnet that's like the little plush. Mm-hmm. And it's been with me everywhere I go. So I kind of fall for it a little bit. I even have a pen from them.
I know, because you were stuck in line and you're impulse buying. And then you get there and like, whatever. Oh yeah, I want everything. If you're just coming to Hawaii though, and I know this girl's going to do this, and she's got like probably a bunch of friends that she has to go take home little knick-knack things for. Target, Walmart, these stores, these big stores have like these Hawaii sections where you can go and get like you can get the little hula dancer, that bobble thing that you put on your dashboard.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
A whole lot of cheap trinkets just to like go and give people stuff. And you can
buy a pack of pens.
Cheaper than ABC store.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ABC
magnets,
like
stickers, all those kinds of things.
Wait, Swap Meet's no longer open still?
Swap Meet I believe is open. We're actually it's on the list.
All the rental cars.
The rental cars are no longer there anymore because we have all the tourists here. It was crazy to see how many rental cars that they had.
Right? There were pictures coming out during the pandemic, and I saw all the rental cars parked, and I was like, where are all these cars on the road? Because I don't see that many. But they're somewhere on Oahu, 52 miles.
Everywhere is crowded. You got to plan. You got to plan when there's this many people, the peak of vacation season, you have to really plan where you want to go. You can't just like show up. There'll be no parking. Like I drove past the Makapu'u Lighthouse Trail and all of those lookouts, and everybody's going to brake check you because they're stopping randomly to like, oh my God, there's a place I can pull over. And then they try to pull over and they just slam on their brakes. So it's that. Plus that strip of road has Hanauma Bay. But Hanauma Bay is better now if you are smart enough to get your reservation before you even leave wherever you're coming from. And you know that's where you want to go. You have to make your reservation for your parking.
It's crazy.
If you can't get a car though, you can.
What about Cocoa Head Stairs?
I seen the parking. The parking lots are full. People go and there's just no parking, so they're parking all on the street. And if you're parked in the wrong spot, you are going to get ticketed. You are going to get towed. Yep. So you got to really plan.
Same with Lanikai Beach.
Oh my gosh. Lanikai is really impossible to park in it already. You just can't. Just don't even go there. It's not even worth it.
Unless you know somebody.
Yeah, just go to Kailua Beach. Kailua Beach at least has bathrooms. We should just say Lanikai has no bathroom facilities. There's nothing there for you. The Kailua Beach, tons of parking. Yeah. The other beautiful beach is Waimanalo Beach Park. Also lots of parking. And both have beautiful, large bathroom facilities.
I wish Sweet Home Waimanalo never closed. That was a really good place to eat.
I think there's something else in there. In the same location. There is something. Everything is booked. And Kalapoi Market made another little place out there. And Waimanalo, super cute.
In Waimanalo?
Yeah.
I thought they did it on the west side.
I think that they did a few. But I know there's one in Waimanalo, two in Kailua. One by Lanikai, one by right in Kailua town. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a really great place to grab your coffee, grab some snacks, or if you go to one of the Waimanalo location or the one in Kailua town, they do have sit-down food menus. You can just order and sit down.
Yeah, and their food is great. Jess and Lindsay are still running both, and I think Jess is still making the macaroons and the chocolate chip cookies for the one in Kailua town.
Worth it. They're delicious. She's an amazing baker.
Macaroons are really hard to make in any environment. So
yep.
I just learned how to make them, so I know how hard they are to make.
Yeah. But when you have a lot of egg whites, it's a really good thing to make. Use up your egg whites.
Yeah, I don't know when I have a lot of egg whites. I've been eating actually a little more eggs than normal because I'm trying not to eat so many carbs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so egg whites and I are like best friends right now. It's great.
Okay.
It's fantastic. So, have you seen any new movies lately?
Streaming to my subscriptions.
Yeah.
I watched Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt
I want to know what you think about that. Please tell me what you think.
When I'm watching a film like that, like an action adventure film, and I'm like moving and ducking and trying to like look around, trying to like shrink down or hide or something like that.
Yeah.
Just my body is reacting.
Immersed.
That's a good film. I had so much fun watching it. I haven't been able to like watch it again because I want to have that same experience where I'm in front of the TV and I'm going to be like, let's do this, and I'm part of the adventure. Yeah. Okay,
I hate to ask this, but I really want to ask this. What do you think about that? What do you think about going to war?
I think I'd do it. No, I would do it.
You wouldn't have a choice. You would have to go. You have to go. You're conscripted, basically.
I'm totally fine. I would do my best. Yeah.
I just thought about like my background, and let's just say it was my turn and I'm standing next to like a YouTuber or a gamer, like a video gamer. I'd be like, this is not like Call of Duty guy. Like, I'd be like, it's not like Call of Duty. I don't know what to tell you. But it's interesting. The one thing that really stuck out to me was like, they didn't want to show anybody the enemy because they knew people wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But I do think the way that they were trying to go about sending people with like no training, right? They should have at least had, I know they were like, oh, you have no time, right? There was no basic training. I was actually expecting like a little bit of training. Yeah. This is the end of the gun that fires. Like people knew how to reload and do all these things. And I'm like pretty sure like people who have never touched a gun would know how to do that quickly.
Well, I think that their gun was it a future
No,
gun?
it was like it's almost like a
No, they had ammo. They needed ammo. Because that one guy was stealing ammo from another guy. I didn't understand how he kept firing and not how he had unlimited ammunition. I never saw him reload.
There are only 30 round magazines. Now there was like there's a different type of magazine that's like side by side and you can do like 1 and 1. But you're right. There were a lot of people who had unlimited ammo. The thing I thought, I thought maybe it would have been good to like kind of show like characteristics because the actual alien had ammo, unlimited spikes to like hit you. Yeah. And the second thing I thought was interesting is if you watch that first battle, most of the women survive at first and they're dying right at the end when they're running through the red smoke in the street. It's like a woman in a suit, another woman in a tan suit. I was like, why are you in a suit? Why are you in a chef's outfit? Like, that's so random. Like, you would think you would change.
Yeah.
I couldn't run in heels. Like, why are some of the women are wearing heels? I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think that they had their 1 day orientation and then they said show up in whatever. And that's what they showed up in.
All right, Mai, if they said you have 24 hours to get your shit together.
Oh, I would totally wear something.
To get your shit together, change.
I would wear activewear. I'd get my activewear together.
You're gonna run.
I'm gonna have good shoes.
I just thought it's funny. They were like, that guy's wearing a chef's hat.
Yeah.
He was like, they took my pants. Like, I mean, there were a couple nurses in there. They were wearing their like scrubs. I'm like, okay, well, at least it's flexible.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I mean, I also thought it was shitty that something messed up and half the people like just fell to their death. I was like, great.
Yeah.
Great. Just feed the enemy. That's fine.
When he was falling, weren't you trying to like fall towards the pool too?
I was just trying to fall somewhere where I wouldn't die. But falling from that high into a pool, I feel like you would die because you would hit the bottom.
Yeah, you might. Yeah. Well, I don't know how far.
But I thought it was cool how somebody fell on top of him and it pushed him down to the bottom. I was like, that's pretty realistic, though. It was badass. It was a pretty good movie. I'd say Chris Pratt, definitely a different role for him, but it was pretty good. I like the female lead character. I can't really say. I know her first name is Yvonne, but her last name is really hard. But she was from Chuck, originally the TV show, and I always thought she was such a badass. So very good. And she's also in The Handmaid's Tale.
I wanted to watch Cruella. I haven't watched that one yet. I tried to watch it, some of it, but I couldn't. I didn't have the time to commit to it.
Yeah.
And I have guilt right now because I'm trying to clean my house. I have guilt about sitting there watching a movie.
Well, you know, you can clean or you can go through a couple things and then allow yourself some time to watch. Have you watched The Black Widow yet? Black Widow?
No, it's on my list though. Did you just watch it? Was it good?
I have not watched it. For the main reason is I was sitting there and like $29.99. Do I want to spend it? Or I mean, like in a couple months, it's going to be free.
It's going to be free.
It's going to be free. It's just like Cruella. It was like, it's going to be free. So should I wait? But I wanted to wait for the reviews, right? Some people said it's good. Some people said it's not that great. I'm like, all right, well, let me wait a little bit longer. Anyway, so I like recapping movies with you because I think that's really sort of something we used to talk about a lot too. And we used to watch movies all the time together and be like, I actually binge watched a little bit of Downton Abbey recently. And I realized how much I really enjoyed that show. And I actually just watched the movie
again
for the first time.
Oh, for the first time.
And I was really surprised. Mary, her new husband never showed up until the very end. And I was like, how much did that guy get paid to show up for 5 minutes of this movie? You know?
He had to make an appearance. He was important. We had to make sure he didn't die in a car accident.
He showed up for one ball. And I was like, come on, guy. Anyway, the movie was good. I really missed the characters. And I really liked the characters. I have to say that Thomas, the really evil butler guy, he should have just gotten booted like so many times. It's such foul things.
I know.
To almost everybody. And he was giving such lip to Carson. And I was just like, how does this guy become the head butler of this place when he's such a jerk?
Because the people in charge don't see that part. They just see how good
they knew that part existed.
They did.
They knew that part existed in him. A couple times they were going to fire him. But then he ended up being like selfless or loyal. And it's just like,
people
I
are
really
complicated.
liked Mr. Bates and Anna.
Together.
They're just so cute.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though he was like a lot older than her, I was like, okay, you guys are still cute. And you're very nice to her. So, but I went through all the trials and tribulations with their emotions and their things. And I was just like, oh, why do I put myself through this? Because I care so much about these characters. It's ridiculous. Anyway, very good show. Movie, I would give like 7 out of 10 because I just missed everybody. But they're coming out with another movie too, so that'll be interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to say, I like how they include the historical events that were happening during the time.
Yes.
Like, when I remember the first ones, right? It was like the Titanic had just happened, that whole tragedy. Yeah.
Well, now they'll be rolling into World War II.
I'd like to see if that house gets taken over, right? And what that looks like.
I don't think so, because I know that London got bombed, but I don't think the Nazis ever made it to England. Now, I know England suffers quite a bit.
Yeah.
I actually read a really interesting article about the Louvre and how they have an actual like sleuth who's like in charge of finding all the lost art that was either taken during the Nazi regime or it was like, you know, stolen or whatever. So they're still continuing to recover these items. Yeah. And a lot of the items were returned to the original owners. A lot of them were Jewish at the time of World War II, and they are returning it to the rightful family owners. And then sometimes those families will either auction it or they'll donate it to the museum, things like that.
Yeah.
So very interesting. I told my parents, like, if we ever find anything that's museum worthy, I would like to donate it on behalf of the family. Because I don't think it should sit, you know, dusty in someone's house. It's not just the history of it, but it's the craftsmanship of certain things that end up in museums that I just absolutely admire. One of my favorite parts to go sections of the Met is the Arms and Armor room, because it's just, can you imagine, like, you're back in like 1500s and you're trying to sculpt this piece of armor by hand. Like, you have to have amazing talent. And just looking at all of the art, paintings, I have an oil painting of my mother on her wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
And just knowing that somebody like literally took paint and made a blank canvas into this really great depiction of my mother, like, it's almost like it's super realism. But looking at art on the walls, I'm just amazed the detail.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not a painter. I know that you guys are artists in that kind of facet of, artists and art. But I'm not like that. I can envision and see it, but I cannot actually put it onto a canvas. Now, have I ever tried to? No.
And I feel like everybody has the ability to create art. It's there's no right or wrong to any of it. It's really what you feel and what you're feeling in the moment when you're using those different materials like oil paint, acrylic paint, any kind of paint,
right?
Or clay or whatever it is that you're doing. It's your just you in the moment being present and just working with those materials and letting magic just kind of flow and happen.
Okay. Do you have any tips for like...
Don't lock into an idea.
Don't lock into an idea.
Because it will change on you. And once you start working with the materials, it'll talk to you and you'll see different things. Just allow it to show you what it wants to be. You can have an idea going in. You can do like, I'll do like under sketching, kind of map out like a canvas for like where I want certain things to end up, just so I can do the spacing. But once you paint over that, it's gone. And you're just kind of got to trust that the process and just kind of have fun with it. Once you're not having fun, you need to step away, take a break. And then I have I always have multiple canvases wet paint on them at the same time, because you have to walk away from one and you have to let it sit, especially oil paint. You can only work with it so much, and you got to let it dry if you're going to start adding different colors, because it will start to mix and do crazy things. But unless you're going for that, but it can turn to mud very easily.
I would like to do an abstract painting of the view I have from my front door with like churro in the background waiting at the gate.
I think
like I can envision this image, and I just don't want it to be concrete. Like you actually see a donkey. I like want him to be like shaded donkey, like chilling in the background, ready for food.
I think get yourself some charcoal, black charcoal, big paper.
Okay.
And when you do that kind of idea, just concentrate on the shadow, not the outline or anything. Just color the shadows where you see them, and then and he'll appear in there.
Oh, Churro the burro.
I know.
What a fantastic little thing.
He's adorable.
Not really little, but... Oh, by the way, just really quick side note. We went venturing back in a little bit. We have like 6 cows back there.
Oh.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. On...
Don't know who the owners are.
Oh.
Just eating food. Just eating the land. It's the funniest thing. I was like, what? That doesn't look like Ferdinand. We affectionately called the bull Ferdinand. And then suddenly there was like 3 other cows, and I'm like, where are they all coming from?
So do you have...
They're all very friendly.
Is all your fencing up?
We think that the fencing's down somewhere and they're coming in, but we don't really mind because they're just grazing through the land. We actually can't go back there because it's been raining so much. But I just wanted to tell you, fun fact, we have a few more cows in the mix. And my brother finally agreed to let me buy some baby chickens. Jeez.
Well, when you're there, I imagine you got to watch them. I'm so concerned that things are going to eat them.
No, we have a coop.
Okay.
They moved their chicken coop, and now we can officially have baby chicks. I'm so stoked.
Okay, well, I want you to have your camera out, and I want you to take a lot of adorable pictures of baby chickens.
Oh, we will. I might even do like a point of view, like down at their level.
You should,
and have them like.
You should take 1 million pictures. Take 1 million pictures.
I will. Once we get them there and all settled out. But every time I go into Tractor Supply, I like squeal because I love them so much. This lady came by and she was like, "Can I help you with anything?" I was like, "No, I just want to stare at these cute little baby chicks because they're just so cute."
Yeah.
And all they do is peep peep at you the whole time. Peep
Peep
peep.
peeps.
Peep peep.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of peeps.
Bunch of peeps.
I actually bought a floor mat that says, it's like welcome peeps. And it has like the little chicks and the eggs and little peeps everywhere. And I was like, this is funny.
You know, it'd be funny. Me and my peeps. Take a picture of you and all the little peeps.
Me and my peeps.
I know.
And then do some gang signs. And then maybe put those like animated sunglasses with some bling on them.
Yes.
Be funny.
That would be funny.
You remember that little chick that Jess had that she kind of like rescued, and we went over and we looked at it and played with it? Do you remember? I have pictures from that.
I do too.
We were so slim and trim then. I was looking at him like, look how young I look. Dang.
I remember those little chickens. I couldn't believe she just let them in her house.
Yeah.
They were just in the house.
Like wild.
And I'm like, aren't they gonna poop all over these wood floors?
Poop everywhere? Exactly. She didn't
she
care
didn't
at
care.
all. And, like she was
living out in the country.
Wow.
I remember that.
She was in Nalo.
Remember that
she was straight
scary
up
little
Nalo,
bridge
like, trying to get there
that they had over like this ravine,
Yeah.
and it said "Walk at your own risk." I think on the sign, and it was just as wide as your 1 foot. 1 foot in front of the other. But we crossed it.
It's crazy.
I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah, we were dumb. We were young and dumb.
I have a picture of it, and I'm like, why did we go over there?
because it told us not to, or at your own risk, and then that just is like, oh, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Let's go. Yeah, we were probably feeling way too invulnerable. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. We're gonna speak English sometime today.
Well, it's summer. It's July.
It's
hot. There's a lot of people here. I haven't. The beaches are just too crowded. I want to go to the beach, but they're too crowded right now. I'll wait until it like rains, and then I'll go, I guess. I know nobody will be there.
What?
You know how people run off the beach when it rains?
Because there's really nowhere to like park and walk that's close by. I mean, you really gotta walk.
You catch the bus. There are bus stops everywhere.
Oh, that's. I would never get on the bus. No.
But the buses,
No.
they do stop right at the beach entrance, the lanes, the beach lanes.
Right at Lanikai Beach entrance.
They
right?
do. All the beach lanes. There's pretty much they're the bus stop every so many feet.
Well, if you're going to go to the beach, plan for a long time. Because if you're going to make the effort to get out there, you need to at least stay there for quite a bit of time.
Mm-hmm. And make sure you pick one with a bathroom. Pick a beach with a bathroom. I will also say that, where is that beach? Baby Makapu? That's a really nice bathroom. Right there. You just park and it's like...
She picks her beaches.
There's a lot of parking. That bathroom was very clean. I was very happy.
Surprisingly, you can walk into like the hotel and use their bathroom.
Yeah.
Pretty much anywhere.
I know.
Which is kind of gross and kind of interesting. But if you look like you're
vacationing
literally
there,
if you look like
a tourist.
Yeah, as long as you look like you're a tourist
staying at that hotel.
But if you look like you're I don't know,
a local,
a bit. No, I would say they're not too bad. I mean, I look like a local and they would let me go. But I think if you looked a little bit like you might not have a permanent home on the islands, I think they kind of like tell you no.
Yeah. Well, some of the bathrooms,
but that's another tidbit.
Especially in the hotels, they have locks on them. Like you have to use your hotel key to even get in.
Key. I just usually wait if I have to do that. I wait for somebody to come out.
You hope somebody's
because
in there.
Most of the tourists are not going to be like, no.
Yeah.
But the Moana Surfrider right by the pool, they have a bathroom and nobody seems to get checked there. Just FYI.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to go to the Moana Surfrider and you're going to sit down at their little place and you order a beverage, you are definitely welcome to use the bathroom because you're a paying customer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we were paying customers. We paid a lot of money multiple times to the Moana Surfrider.
Hey, those Lilikoi Mai Tais were quite good. Quite good.
They were. I'm trying to remember desperately that the next time I go out and I find someone selling Lihing mango. There's a place in Hawaii across from that big shopping center that has Costco in it.
Yeah.
Where you park for the dog park and the park and ride. There's somebody who has been there. I've seen them a few weekends in a row.
What?
They have
Ooh.
the sign that says that we're selling pickled Lihing mango. And something else. I can't remember. But I so totally want to stop. And I think they're selling lychee.
Stop. You're making my mouth like drool right now. I can't keep it. If you get some, get me some. I want to send it over. Send it.
I'm afraid it's going to be in a liquid thing. Oh, but you know what? I have a food saver. I could actually repackage it in a food saver. It could probably be sent, couldn't it? You think it would go bad?
Yes, it can.
It's supposed to stay cold though.
No, it won't. If you put it in the food saver?
Yeah.
No, because I've had pickled lihimoi mango sent over from Hawaii, just from the Makeke, and it was fine.
Yeah. It's like one of my favorite things.
Send it.
So my mom gave me a mango. It's chilling in the fridge.
My mouth is watering. I don't like you now. My mouth is watering.
It's not fully ripe.
Angry.
So my favorite thing to do when it's a little slightly green mango is you take vinegar and shoyu and black pepper, maybe a little bit of chili pepper if you like it spicy, but just really I love just black pepper, vinegar, and shoyu. Slice up that mango and you just let it soak in there. I also like to do that with really sour tangerines.
I've never had that before, so I will take your word for it. And there you have it, folks. There's your recipe for the week. Make sure you give it a try and let us know what you think.
Yeah, that's like a favorite since I was a kid. Delicious.
That sounds really great.
Delicious.
Now I want like a pickled fruit.
Pickled fruit.
Can I blame you? I have some leftover lihimoi mango downstairs, so I will go check it out after this.
I know, it's so good. It's mango season.
You're supposed to send me lihimoi powder.
Oh, I just saw
Hawaii,
some.
So you can send
at Target, actually, because I was just at Target.
Darn it. Listen, you can send me some mango that has been food saved in your food saver, and then also some powder.
So Lihing powder. Okay.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us again for another little Pau Hana with Mai and Tai. It's been absolutely fun, and I always love to catch up with you all, and especially my very best friend and sister from another Mr. Mai.
Love you.
Check us out at the new My Tais at Sunset website. Thank you to our web designer who made it look so amazing and has given it a good refresh. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and be sure to tune in anywhere that you find your favorite podcasts.
And until we meet again, ahui ho.